Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are discuss why we need of object-oriented programming. What are their advantages? What are their disadvantages? What are their concepts? Okay, all that are discussed in this lecture. So, first topic is why do we need object-oriented programming? In the previous lecture, we already discussed the drawback of procedure-oriented programming. In the procedure-oriented programming, uh, program is divided into the modules and global data is accessed in the every function. That time most of the chances to leakage of their data. For overcome that problem we use the object oriented programming. Okay, so object oriented programming was developed because limitations were discovered in earlier approaches to the program. Okay, in the procedure oriented programming there is follows the top down approaches. That's why first of all we break the problem into the small problem and then we are integrate the models. Okay, in the object oriented programming, to appropriate what object does we need to understand what these limitations are and how they across from the traditional programming languages. Okay, now what is object oriented programming? Object oriented programming introduced to overcome the flaws in the procedure oriented approaches to the programming, because procedure oriented programming is having the lots of problems. That's why it is not used for the real world programming. Okay, there is having the lack of reusability and the maintainability. Fundamental idea behind the object-oriented language is to combine into a single unit both the data and the function that operate on that data. Such a unit is called an as object. In the object-oriented programming, data is encapsulated in the class and only the authorized object is access that data. That's why here is data is hidden and object is a single entity which is access the class data. Okay, now object oriented programming in OOPS problem is divided into the number of entities called as object and then bool data in the function around this object. It ties the data more closely to the function that operate on it and protect it from the accidental modification from the outside function. Data of an object can be accessed only by the function associated with that object and communication of object done through the functions. Okay, when the object is called any function, then the that function is called in the main program. Otherwise, all program is hidden from the main program. Okay, now this is object oriented paradigm. Here three classes are defined and that classes is having their local data as well as a member function and data members. Okay, now what are the characteristics of object oriented programming? Here emphasis on data rather than procedure. In the object oriented programming they are not focusing on the procedure, they are focusing on the data. Program are divided into the entities known as object. Only object is having the access for accessing the data from the main program. Then data structure are designed such that they are characterized object. Functions that operate on data of an object are tied together in the data structure. Data is hidden and cannot be accessed by the external function. Objects communicate with each other through the function. New data and function can be easily added whenever necessary. And here we follows the bottom up design. Bottom up design means what? We will discuss in the next slide. Bottom up design it means the first of all we design the small solution and then we are integrate in the main program. It is just a reverse of top down approaches. Here, lower level tasks are first carried out and then integrated to provide the solution of the single program. After that, lower level structure of the program are involved first, then higher level structure are created. It promotes the code reusable and it may allow the unit testing. In the bottom up approaches, we are use the code most of the time if they're required. Okay, and unit testing here perform because of the here we find the small solution and then we are perform the testing on that solution. So here it allows the unit testing. What are the benefits? Means what are the advantages of the OOPS? A user can create a new data type or users define data type by making the class. Yes, in a class we define the data member and member function and as well as we create the object. So when we create the object by using the class, there is opportunity to create the user defined data type. Here we use the code for the base class to derive class. This is called as inheritance. Data can be hidden from the outside world by using the encapsulation. Yes, only object is having the access for accessing the member function as well as the data member. Otherwise, data is hidden from the main program. Then operator or the function can be overloaded by using the polymorphism so that functions or operators can be used for multitasking. Next, object-oriented system can be easily upgraded from the small system to large system. Yes, here if we are integrate the models, so we are make the program. Otherwise, we are adding some models or removing some model. That type of facility is provided. The oops. Next, it is easy to partition work from the project. In the object-oriented programming, we are performing the unit testing. That's why unit testing is performed only a small models. That's why partitioning is a oops is a easy. Then message passing technique make the communication easier. Hooks provide the message passing function. That's why communication between the two functions, it's easier. Then software complexity be easily managed. Here we design the small models and only useful functions is a call. Uh, that's why software complexity is easily managed and maintenance cost is also less because of the it is not required for all program is load in the main memory at a time. That's why maintenance cost is very less, simple to implement. Object oriented programming is more beneficial for implementation. That's why it is easy to implement. Now what are the applications of the object oriented programming? First application is real time system. Oops is used for the real-time system, hence it overcome the drawback of the procedure-oriented programming. Next is simulations and the modeling. Third is object-oriented database. Then hypertext, hypermedia, and expert text. Then artificial intelligence and the expert system. Then neural network and the parallel programming. Next, decision support system and office automation system. Then CIM, CAM and CAD system. These are all the areas where the applications of operating systems are used. Now in next lecture we will discuss the concept of OOPS. Okay, thank you.